Hi, my name is Karim. I'm from the quality department, and today we are going to take HACCP, hygiene, food and personnel safety training. Now, as you see when you come here, we give you special clothes, we give you jackets, pants, shoes, and you get also these hair and beard net. Now this, actually we have a lot of colors, actually 3 colors of hair net. It's not for only like make different between just only different in color, but also to separate people that they are actually able to do something and the other normal worker. People with the green hairnet, they actually are team lead, they are quality controllers, also sometimes people from the office. People who wear a yellow hairnet, they are first aid. First aid means that if you have a problem, if you cut your hand, if someone is sick downstairs, then you should know that you have to go to the people who wear a yellow hairnet, and then they can help you how to wear the hair and the beard net. It's also, I'm going to show you now actually how to wear it, but first I want to explain it to you here. Girls, they have, actually everybody, both of them, girls and guys, they have to cover their hair and their net. For the girls, they also should pay attention to the hair that comes out here. This hair must be covered, put in the under the hairnet. For the guys, they also have to wear hairnet, but also for people with long beard, they have to wear beard net. Now I'm going to show you actually how you should dress when you come here and before you go downstairs. Now, as you said, you go downstairs, we give you shoes, we give you pants. So you have to wear these also first. First you have to check, you have to take your personal belongings, rings, if you have rings, watches, you have to take it out. If you have necklaces, armbands, you have to take it out. Now you have nothing. And then the first thing that you have to do is actually you have to get the hairnet. You have to wear your pants, you have to wear your shoes, and then you get your hairnet. You do it like this. Now, look, all the hair is covered, also ears are covered. You have to be like this. And then for the people who have to wear beard net, you have to take the beard net, put it like this. Also, beard is covered, mustache is covered. Also, mustache should be covered. And then you can take your jacket and you have to do all the buttons. Also, the buttons here, like this. And it's good. Then you can start working downstairs. You can start working with meat, but you can't go outside with your white jacket. Now when you finish your job, also there's a way to take out your clothes, because you just can't just take it out like this. First thing is actually you have to start from the end of the first steps. So that means the last thing that I wear is the jacket. So the first thing I should take out is the jacket. Take your jacket out. And then you can take your beard and hairnet, like this. Any questions? We will gladly hear it from you. Now, as I said, also people with beard, they have to wear beard net, but a lot of people, they unfortunately just wear it only like for their beard here. They only cover this area, but they forgot that the actually mustache is also from hair and also should be covered. So please wear your beard net properly. The best way to wear it is actually to put it on your nose, then your nose will support it and then it won't fall down again. So you don't have every 5 minutes to do it like this. Any question about these procedures? you can also ask your team lead, you can write it on paper, and then we will answer you about this. Production hygiene. When you go downstairs, we want to make sure that, yeah, safe, and not only for the products, but for yourself also, for your colleague. And that means that there's a lot of things that doesn't belong to the production area, they should be kept out. These things actually means eating, drinking, spitting is forbidden in the production and storage areas, including candy and chewing gum. Now, it's not allowed to go downstairs where you still have food on your mouth. You can eat food in the designated areas here in the canteen. You cannot put food in your mouth and just go downstairs with the food still on your mouth. Also, chewing gums is not allowed, candy is not allowed. These candy wraps are actually, as you can see here, they are thrown everywhere downstairs. This can get easily inside the product or inside the meat, and it can be cutted with the product and can go to the client like this. And it's not good to send, if you open a product from us and you see candy wraps inside it. So please, if you have to eat, drink, you can go to the canteen. If you have to smoke, also you can go to the designated area. Don't go downstairs even if you have chewing gum or anything else. Your mouth should be empty when you go downstairs. Also, that means, as I said and as I showed you now a minute ago, that everything, yeah, that doesn't belong downstairs should be kept out. That means personal items don't belong in the production or food storage areas. They are source of contamination. Your ring is made from metal. It can contain also a lot of germs, bacteria. It doesn't belong downstairs. Your watch, your armband. This is also the source of contamination, and they are not allowed. No jewelry, watches, telephones, also they are not allowed, because telephones actually, when you go everywhere with your telephone. You go to the toilet with your telephone, you take your telephone from your pocket and you just play with it while you are in the toilet. And then you put it on your pocket, you go downstairs, and if you take it again while you are downstairs, then you bring the germs and bacteria from the toilet and to the product. This is why only the designated persons, they need telephone for their job. They are only the personnel who can use the telephone downstairs. No medicine allowed, they are toxic for others. Maybe it's cure for you, but your colleague is allergic to it, or it can be toxic to him. It's not allowed you to take medicine downstairs. If you have a special medicine condition and your medicine should be with you all the time, you have to ask for permission from your team lead, and then they can give you permission. They can ask the office and they can give you permission to take your medicine with you. In one condition, it should be kept under your work clothes. If you are afraid that your things might get lost, if you don't have a closet here and you are afraid of your things, keep it, the expensive things, keep it in your home. Don't bring it to the fabric here with you, because you are not going to use it. If you don't have space here and you have to bring it, you can't just bring it, you have to keep it on your own clothes, and then you can wear your work clothes above it, but you are not totally forbidden. It's totally forbidden for you to take it out from your pocket downstairs. As I said, smoking is only allowed in designated area. Don't just go anywhere to smoke. We have designated area to smoke, so you can go there and smoke as much as you want during your break time. Now, as I said, we give you also a lot of things to use it downstairs. Now, these things actually not to torture you or not to make it difficult for you, but it's actually to make our product as much safe as possible. Office materials are source of contamination. So we want to prevent things that they are not allowed downstairs to keep it outside. This is why we also ask you not to use correction fluid, and foils are not allowed, and downstairs also Tipex, this white fluid thing that if you write something wrong, you can use it. It's not allowed downstairs because it's toxic, it's chemical. Try to use stapler. It's actually, because then it contains also metal. It's really small pieces and can get inside everything. And sometimes no one can see this and can go to the client, and it's really dangerous. Only use the blue metal detectable pens in production and storage area. Now this is really important. You are not allowed to use these pens. You're not allowed to bring your own pen from home. When you come here, you have to use only this special metal detectable pen. We give you this pen actually because it's actually, if it's broken, it can be detected by the metal detector. But your pen or the pen, the other kind of pens, they are not detectable. So they can get broken, can get inside the product, and can go to the client, and it will be contaminated. Then packaged, we send it to the client. Production hygiene. Now it's really important for us now, the production hygiene, especially in this time. We have to make sure that, as I said, to keep the areas downstairs or everybody downstairs safe. Also includes you and includes the product. Now, if you are downstairs, it's a cold area, you might have to cough, you might need to sneeze. These things are natural, but you can't prevent it, but we ask you to do actions when you need to cough or sneeze. Now, cough or sneeze into your upper sleeves, not your hands. So if you have to cough or to sneeze, don't sneeze like this. Don't sneeze on open areas, even like this. If there's nothing, don't do it like this. The only way is to sneeze like this. You have to put here, sneeze or cough. Then here, it's a safe area, it's far from the product, can get inside the product. This is the best way if you want to cough or sneeze downstairs. Or you can have to cover your mouth or nose with a tissue. Now, if you sneeze on your hand, then you have to go outside, you have to take, if you're wearing gloves, you have to take your gloves, wash your hands again, and then go inside. If you're not wearing gloves, you have to go outside, you have to wash your hands, because then your hand is totally contaminated with your bacteria and germs. Now, housekeeping rules is actually also means here in the dressing rooms. As you see, we have dressing rooms, then where you can change your clothes, you can keep your things inside this closet. The unfortunate thing is that everybody go to these areas when they start or they finish, they just take out their clothes, they throw it everywhere. It's not allowed to do it like this because clothes doesn't belong to the floor. This, you use it and you walk with meat with it. So they are on the floor and no one sees it or no one notices it, and they got picked up and put in with the clean ones, then it will be contaminated. Also, don't leave your things like this. You have special places to put your shoes in it. Don't throw it away on the floor like this. Just keep it organized as much as possible. Also, don't gather a lot of people in one small area like the dressing room. Just keep a safe space for you and for your colleague during your changing process in the changing room. Now, if you are sick, if you don't feel okay, if you have fever, if you think that you are not able to work, you have to notify your team lead. Also when you have diarrhea or if you are vomiting, because then you can't, if you are working there, you have germs and bacteria that can get inside the product. Also you can't, sometimes you can't help it, and then you can contaminate the whole area if you vomit like suddenly downstairs. Throw up downstairs, it will be pretty dangerous for the clients, for the products, and for your colleague. You have to notify your team lead, as I said, the one who have yellow hairnet. Take care of wounds, clean the wounds, put a blue bandage and wear gloves. We have blue bandage, don't use your own one. We have blue one because it's metal detectable, and then it can be detected by the metal detector. And you have also to wear gloves above it before you can start working with meat. Now, production hygiene, spreading bacteria through aerosol. Now, as you know, bacteria, they don't have legs and they don't have wings, so they can't move. We are actually the people who move bacteria and germs from place to place. When you touch something dirty and you go and touch something clean, you are the one who brings the bacteria from this place to the clean one. And also that includes when you when you want to clean the machines. Bacteria and germs, they might be settled on the floor, they can't move and they can't fly, or on the machine. But when they start working with cleaning process and they use high pressure water, and if it's too close also to the floor, this water can make the bacteria actually fly and goes with the water drops and do like this fog inside the whole area. Now this fog is actually might be filled also with germs and bacteria. This thing, actually fog or water spread, it goes into a filter. Now you get also from one space, and this the air got filtered and go to the other place, but the germs and bacteria might be stay in this filter or can go through it to the another clean area. And then you have water drops again in the clean area with germs in it, and they need time to settle down. They settle down again on the machine, they settle down on the floor. And this is how we actually also move bacteria and germs from place to place. This is why we ask everybody also to pay attention before you start your shift, for the line operators or for everybody, to check the machine if it's clean and it's dry. Because if it's not dry, that means this water drops, it's settled on the machine again, a clean one, with the germs that they were in the air. And if you start working and the machine is not dry, this water drops might be filled with germs and bacteria. Also, this water drops, if they are clean, but they are also bacteria can grow in water. So like this is the sensor, and you can see that here there's water drips and meat go past through under it immediately. So it means that bacteria, germs can fall from these water drops and get inside the product, inside the meat. So you have to check all the places, even under the tables. There might be some, they might be wet. Here also there are water drops. All these places should be dry because water doesn't belong also to the production area. If you have any questions, please ask, write it down, pass it to your team lead, and they will pass it to us and we will give you the answers. Production hygiene. Also, we give you another material downstairs with these things that you see with different colors, shovels, all kinds of things that you use it downstairs to clean. Now we have also make it special colors because every one of them they have special work, or they can use it in special places. Like the green ones, all the green material, they are only for raw food contact. That means that these green ones, they are allowed to touch food. They are not allowed to touch the ground. If they are damaged, they should be immediately replaced. They should be hanged in the right way, and they can't be mixed with another kind of material, another color. The blue ones, they are for floor packaging, for the cooking lines, expedition for the floor. We have the orange one, pink one, yellow one. Every color have special place that they can actually be used. So don't mix these things together. And every place, in every pond, you can see that there is special place to hang all these materials in it, like this. Now this is, as you can see, here it's place for the pink shovels or pink help material. It's not allowed for you to hang the green pocket there or the blue material there. They are not allowed to be mixed together because the green one, they can touch the meat, the blue one not, but if you put it next to each other, then the germs, bacteria can go from the blue or from the pink one to the green one and vice versa. So we don't want this. This is why you have to make sure to see where you should hang your tools. Every place like this, they have like a sign with the color of the material that they can be hang there. Don't mix it together. Don't put the one that are not allowed to touch the floor. Don't put it on the floor. Production hygiene also, we give you gloves to wear when you want to go downstairs. You have to wear gloves right away if you have to touch your meat, because you are not allowed to touch the raw meat with your own hands. You have to wash your hands before putting on gloves. If the gloves got torn, then you can, we are sure that your hands are clean. Use the gloves for your designated task only. They should not be worn continuously. Because you are not allowed just to put on the gloves and go work everywhere and you wear only one gloves for the whole day. Your gloves might be contaminated with a lot of germs. Change your gloves anytime you will need to wash your hand. When you need to wash your hands, you have to take your gloves, wash it, then wear a new one. Because yeah, sometimes, as I said, your glove might be torn and then your hands are exposed to the meat. After touching your body, sweats, germs from your body can get inside the product. After using the toilet, when you use the toilet, take out the gloves, use it, go outside, wash your hands. If you use it with your hands, gloves on, you have to take it out when you finish. Also important to know that you have to wash your hands, to change the gloves after eating or drinking. Because yeah, germs from your food or crumbs from your food can get inside the product. After handling dirty equipment, when you touch the floor or the garbage, you need to change your gloves, take it out, wash your hands, and then wear a new one. After any other activity that contaminates your gloves, if you have to bend on the floor to see the machine from downstairs, you put your hands on the floor like this with your gloves. When you finish, you have to take out your gloves, change it, wash your hand again, and then wear a new one. Also, we wash our hands a lot of times here. It's not for your torture, it's for your safety and the safety of our products. We ask you to wash your hands after and before work to make sure that you don't bring germs from your home downstairs, and vice versa also. We don't want you to bring germs from downstairs upstairs to your home. After using the restroom, it's obvious when you go to the toilet, when you finish, wash your hands. You have to wash your hands first here, and then you have in the dressing room, and then you go downstairs and wash your hand again with the hygiene log. Don't just when you finish go downstairs immediately and you say, yeah, I will wash it in the hygiene log. No, because during this period of time or this space you can touch a lot of things and can be contaminated. So please wash your hands first here in the dressing room, then again with the hygiene log. After touching hair, face or skin, as I said, face, have you sweat or germs, you have to wash your hands after you touch it. Also hair, because hair might be stuck on your hands and that can get inside the product. After sneezing or coughing, as I said, you have to wash your hands immediately when you sneeze on your cough or your cough, because to prevent contamination. After and before eating, drinking and smoking. It's also because of allergy, and it's also for the sake of your product and safety of your colleague. If you are eating and you have food in your hand that your colleague might be allergic to it, you have to wash your hands before you touch your colleague. After using chemicals, after handling dirty outness, equipment, taking out garbage or handling garbage. All these times when you have to do one of these tasks, you have to wash your hands immediately. How to wash our hands? It's not quite difficult, but it's also important for like extra information for everybody. First, you have to rinse your hands or make your hand wet with water, but here we give you first soap, but then you can get the water. Use the soap, as I said, then for us here you can go up then and wash your hands. You have to wash your hands like for around 25 to 30 seconds, because you have to wash your hands carefully, palm to palm, like this. You have to wash the back of your hand. You have to wash your thumb, also like this, and between your fingers, you have to wash it, your wrist, and fingernails. You have to wash it carefully. If you want to do it correctly, this is why you might need like 25 to 30 seconds to wash your hands properly as it shows here. Then you are sure that your hands are clean and safe to work. Now, also when you finish, you go and you make your hand dry with this air blower. After this, we give you like this special fluid. It's actually disinfection fluid. It contains also alcohol. This also to kill all the germs and bacteria that might be still stuck on your hand. Also important for everybody, when you get this special liquid, don't wipe it on your clothes. Get it from the machine and just let it dry from itself. When you reach your working space, it should be dry and your hands, they are safe. If you just wipe it on your clothes like this before you go, then the disinfection does not do its job, because it needs time to kill germs and bacteria. Also, if you do it like this, your clothes, then you bring germs from your clothes again to your hands. Please don't wipe it, take it, leave it on your hand, it will dry from itself. Production hygiene also mean you have to keep your workplace tidy, you have to keep it nice and clean. So things that doesn't belong there, they are not allowed to be there. Don't use your machine like this. Put your gloves, stickers inside the parts of the machine. Don't put the boxes on the floor also and let the meat go like this everywhere. It's a mess. Don't leave boxes or hand gloves or things, dirty ones, next to your line. Don't use the machine as like a table to put your wipes, alcohol wipes. Don't do it like this. Also, they belong to the boxes inside it, and they are not belong to be placed here on the machine. Also here the hose, it's not allowed to be put it on the foley, because they are used for meat. If you have question, please send it or ask your team lead to write it and give it to him. He will ask us. Personal safety. We also care about your safety, as I said, so this is why we give you special clothes, everything. We give you instructions to be safe. Also, not only for our product, for your own safety. Always operate to be safe all the time. You have to make sure that your machine is safe before you start. So this is why always operate powered machinery with guard in place. If you want to work with your machine, you have to be careful that your machine is safe. All the electrical parts, they are covered. If you want to go there and the box is open, or the knife box is open, the knife, you can see it, it might be risky for your life. So don't operate this machine before it's fixed. Stay focused and limit distractions when operating equipment. If you got distracted a little bit downstairs, if you are working with knife, you might cut your hand. If you are working with something else, you might hurt yourself because you are not noticing. So keep focus on your job. Understand the operating instructions for all machines that you will be using. If you want to go to work with a machine, if you don't know how to operate it, don't turn it on, because then it might be risky for you. You might not know how to operate it correctly or properly, then you might hurt yourself or your colleague. Keep floor clear from slip hazards or obstacles that might cause an injury. As I said, meat on the floor, if you step on the meat on the floor, it got slippery a little bit, and then you can slip and you can fall on the ground. Obstacles, as I said, boxes, they are not allowed to stay there in a walking area, so you please make sure all your working space is safe. no obstacles there. Talk to your team lead about any safety hazards you notice at your work site. If you are working in one place and you see that there are like electrical cable that hangs from your machine, it might be risky, so you have to notify your team lead. They can notify the technical department and they can help you and fix it. As I said, if you also want to work with knife, it's pretty dangerous, so we have to make sure that you are also safe. Keep the knife and other sharp object in safe location when you're not in use. When you go to your pause, don't leave the knife on your table. Your colleague might see it and might use it and he can hurt himself. But you have actually also the knife should be in the washing machine during the pause to be clean, to be washed and clean, so you can use it again when you finish. Wear cut resistant gloves. So if you are working with meat and you have to cut it, you have to wear special gloves so you cannot hurt or cut your fingers. Always cut away from yourself, so don't stay like this on the machine, like this is the meat, you cut it like this. You have to cut away from your body. Then if you just might be your hand slip, then it goes like this and it can't hurt you. A sharp knife is a safe knife, as I said. Then you don't have to push too hard to cut the meat. Also, you don't have to twitch. Your hand won't be twitching when you cut it and it might hurt your hand. Carry the knife pointed down. Don't go with the knife pointed in front of you. Keep your eyes on the blade and focus on your job because we don't want you to take risk. Wash knives in the knife washer and put knives away after use. Don't put the knife in your closet. Don't put it in your bag. When you finish your job or during the pause, it should be in the knife washing machine. Earplugs, actually they are meant to protect you from the noise that are downstairs. If you work with a noisy place for a long period of time, it might hurt your your hearing. So this is why we ask you to wear these earplugs. Earplugs actually should be kept attached. They are special earplugs, can be detected by the metal detector area. This is why they have to be, they can be cutted. So if you cut it from here, it's not allowed to use only this space. They should be together, tight, attached, because if you cut it, these two parts, they are not detected by the metal detector. So this is why you have to keep it attached to make sure that it's safe. If you lose it, then we can find it. Also, important for everybody, earplugs, they are obligated to wear it in the production area downstairs by impact. Also, they are for multiple uses. So when you start working here, you get your earplugs, you get it one time. When you finish your job, you have to take it out from your ears. You can take it home with you. You have to clean it, and then next day you come with your earplugs and you use it. This is for multiple uses, not only for one time use. If any questions, please ask your team lead about it. Now this is actually the most important part of all this training. This is the HACCP process. HACCP means Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. These are actually like rules that we have to follow during our process here downstairs. We have to follow these rules to make sure that our food is safe and clean from any kind of hazards or contamination. We have to follow these rules from the first step, since like from when we buy the meat, and we have to follow these rules from this step until sending the meat to the client. Now, as I said, these rules we have to follow all the time during our process to make sure that our food is safe all the time. Here in Danish Crown we have a critical control point, one critical control point, which is the metal detection. The metal detection is the critical control point because there is high risk that metal can get inside the product because all of our machinery downstairs, they are from metal. And there's a high risk that metal can be broken, the machine can get broken, and these pieces of metal can get inside the product. And this is why we call it a critical control point. As you can see, here are kinds of metal that can be found inside the product. This actually, like in 1 or 2 weeks period of time, what we have found inside our products downstairs. So as you can see, a lot of things, all kind of metal can get inside the product. And this is why we have to make sure that our product is safe, we have the metal detectors. The metal detectors are checked by the quality controllers. You have to check every package 100%. So it means that the metal detector or the packages, all of them, they should be checked if there are metal inside them. Now, how to know if the metal detector is working? This is a job for the quality controllers. It's pretty important job for them because they have to make sure that this machine is working. So they check this machine also with special sticks to make sure that it sees the metal inside the product, if there is pieces of metal. And they have to check it a lot of times to make sure that the metal detector is 100% is working. And they have also to check the rejects from possible damages of the machinery or other problems. So we have also special box for the boxes that they got rejected by the metal detector. This is also a job for the quality controllers. They are the one who check these boxes. So for us, metal detector is the critical control points, and we have to pay a lot of attention to it. We have also control points. They are also important, really important for us, and they are also less dangerous, might be less dangerous than the metal, because metal can lead to death, maybe sometimes if you eat something with sharp metal in it. The control points for us, we have the first control points in Zandbergen with Danish crown. It's pieces of bone left in raw meat. So all the meat that it's actually got delivered to us got checked if there is still bone in it. Bone, as you know, if you eat something with bone in it, might break your teeth. So this is why important for us to check all these pieces of all the meat that get inside before it goes to the production area. If the meat is not properly deboned, then it gets rejected. So if you have delivery and we see bones still left on the meat like this, all the box got rejected and sent back to the suppliers, because we don't want to risk that might be bone inside it. And then also when you are working downstairs, if you see a bone on the meat or somewhere else inside the package, you have to notify your team lead immediately, and then this box should be, or this meat should be discarded. The other control points is the high residual oxygen inside the product, because bacteria are like a human, also need oxygen to live, and we want to make sure that the oxygen level inside our product is in low level, so to prevent the bacteria and germs from growing inside it. Now, as you can see, this is one package. And this is meat, it's a little bit brown. This meat is fresh, looks fresh. This is good because this is sealed, this package is sealed good from this area, but the here might be leaking. And as you can see the difference between the good and the bad meat. Now we have special limit for the oxygens that allowed to be inside the package. It's actually ask you we ask the line operator when they check to check the package if it should be less than 0.6% oxygen level inside the product, then it's good. If it's more than 0.6, they have to check it again to make sure that there's no deviation inside the machine with the machine. If it's starting from 0.9, if they have 0.9 percent oxygen or Joule stuff inside the package, they have to immediately stop the machine, and this all packages should be checked, because that means that there are a lot of more oxygen level inside the product that allows bacteria and germs to grow really fast. This is actually packaged after only 30 days of shelf life. As I said, we make a product that should be last shelf life is 50 days. So only after 30 days it's brown like this. That means that there is something wrong with the oxygen level inside it. If you also want to work with meat and you see that the meat is actually discolored before you start working with it, also please notify your team lead so they can fix it and see what the problem. Now, as I said, now we have the third kind of rules. The quality controls is actually for the people who's working in the cooking lines. As I said, we want to give the clients, our clients, what they ask for. So if they ask for meat with this that cooked on special grade, we have to give it to them, and not another kind of meat or another too much or too less cooked meat. They have to check, as you know, every product have a special program to be cooked with. If the client asks for like 34 or 43 cooked bacon, we have to give him 43 cooked bacon and not like 60 or 50. It's not allowed to do it like this. So we ask the people from the back line to separate all kinds of the good cooked bacon than the bad cooked one, so we can give the good ones to the client. We can give him what they asked for. Allergy. As I said before, a lot of people might have allergy to something, and that means that they can get sick from if they eat special kind of food, or if they touch special kind of things, chemicals, they are allergic to it. Allergy can lead to death actually, so it's pretty serious. Here you can see regarding the food, this is all most like allergic food in the world. So we ask you to not bring one of these things with you inside the product, or inside the to the fabric with you. But we cannot prevent you from this, unfortunately. This is why we ask you to wash your hands before, after you eat. If you are eating especially one of these things, wash your hands before you touch anything. Also before you go downstairs, also before you touch your colleague. Your colleague might be allergic to your food, and if you touch him, that means you're actually poisoning him. So please wash your hands carefully, and take out your white jacket before you eat, because also when you eat, food crumbs can get on your clothes, work clothes. If you go downstairs, can fall from your clothes, can get inside the package, and the client might be allergic to this kind of food, and also that means that we give them like some kind of poison. So please be careful. Wash your hands after eating and before entering the production area. As I said, it's also not allowed to eat in the production area. Don't wear protective coats during lunch, because crumbs can get on your clothes. Don't bring food into the production area. If you have a question about also allergic, these things, you can ask your team lead about this. Food defense. Now, to keep our A lot of people might be angry from Danish Crown, or they have problem with someone downstairs and they want to get revenge, or yeah, a lot of things, steal something. So we want to prevent all of these things. Everybody who works downstairs, they have a chip that allows you to go to special places. Also, when you have to go inside the fabric, you have to check in before you go, so to know that you are allowed to go inside. We ask you also to keep all the doors closed as much as possible to prevent the people that are not allowed to be inside to go inside. Don't give your badge to someone else. You might have access to areas regarding your job, to areas your colleague might not have it. So don't give your badge to him, because then it means that you give him access to areas he doesn't belong to. Don't let anybody in without a badge. If you are going inside the fabric and you see someone who's rushed behind you who want to go inside, don't let him go inside if they don't have the badge. If you don't have access to areas where you need to work, inform your team lead. If you have to work in some kind of area and you don't have access to it, you have to ask your team lead, and they will give you access to your chip. Then you can go to your designated area. Food defense, also you have to follow company food defense plan and measures. If there's something wrong, fire, any kind of things that happen downstairs, you have to follow all the rules, company defense plans and measures. Inspect your work area and surrounding areas. If you see something suspicious, you have to inform your team lead immediately. Recognize anything out of ordinary. Yeah, as I said, if you are working with a machine and the machine is got broken like in a strange way that cannot be broken unless someone sabotage it, then they have to inform your team lead. It might be someone who just broke the machine intentionally. Secure all ingredients, supplies and finished products. Don't leave the finished products or anything that related also to the products outside. Then it will be, might be contaminated, might be, someone might do something bad to it. So keep it safe and secure as much as possible. Tell management if you notice anything unusual or suspicious. Also, food also attract not only people but also animals, insects, so we have to make sure that these things kept outside the fabric. We have to make sure that bait stations are undamaged. The bait stations, they are the black boxes, you see it in the corner in your working area. They are meant there to prevent rats or mouses from going inside. Also fly traps, no pallets for the fly traps, then they cannot work, they cannot function properly. Check incoming goods and pallets on traces of pets. If you have to bring something from outside like pallets, you have to check if the pallets might be mouse or rat hiding inside it, and it might be also like dirty from them, so you have to check it properly if there's any signs of pest on it. Report any suspicions or notification of pests to your team lead. If you are working downstairs and you see like rat or mouse, or you are suspicious that you see something run fastly from a corner to the corner, notify your team lead immediately. Last but not least, food safety. Also, yeah, we have to, if you have to work with meat, we have to get certifications. We have to do a lot of things. We have to follow a lot of rules to be able to produce meat here. As you can see, we have to follow the rules of a lot of organization, also the government, which one, yeah, including also food safety. We have to get this certification to be able to work with meat. BRC and EFS. Now yearly we got like, we are inspected, or we got audits from these two organizations and from also from the government to see if we are also following the rules that should be kept inside here to make sure that our products are safe for everyone. So we have to follow these rules. Also, we have to apply to the needs of our clients. So the clients ask for some kind of meats, we have to give them what they ask for. We have also to follow the rules of the animal welfare. Then, some clients ask for meat with better level 1 star or 2 star or 3 stars. Or bio meat, 3 stars actually bio meats. We have to follow to give them what they ask for. And also it's like food safety, the quality label, QC label, it's for the meat, especially the meat from Germany. We have to follow all these rules to make sure that we give the best product to our clients and to give them what they ask for. So as you can see, we have also a lot different kinds of meats, and different clients ask for different kinds of meats. So we have to make sure that we give them what they ask for, and you are working downstairs with the right kind of meat. We give you papers with the kind of meat that printed on it with the PO numbers of the meat that you have to use for the client. To make it easier for the people downstairs, for you, we have different colors actually of these papers. You might see blue, red one, green one, and you don't know what's the difference between them. Now actually the difference is actually to separate all kinds of meat from each other. So if I want to use, if a client of mine asks for products with bio meat, then I will know that the paper, the blue papers, they are actually that hang on the pallet. This is actually bio meat that I can use for this client. If they ask for KFS 1 star, then I should use the yellow paper. That I should search for the meat with the yellow paper. BLK, I should search for the red one. KFS 2 star, pink. Dense steak, it's green, and regular meat, it's white. QC meat, it's white with QC logo. This is why I will make it easier for you to separate the kinds of meat that you should use for different kinds of clients. But important, please check the paper correctly. If you are having the right paper and the right printed words printed on it. Keep the meat separate. This kind of meat, they are not allowed to be mixed together. So bio meat should be kept away from KFS 1 star. Also, when you want to produce it, they should be separated from each other. Check the line book for the right kind of meat to use. You have your line, the line book is next to your line, so you have to check inside the line book. There is, by every client, there's what kind of meat that should be used for him. Check it and go check the right pallet, get it and use it for the right client. This is actually the training. I hope it's not too much information for you. If you have questions, you can always ask, as I said. Write your question on a paper, give it to your team lead, and then they can pass it to us and we can answer you. Thank you for your patience.